What is up, everyone? I am Bishop Brother and you are watching the match video for the MDL Week 7. We are facing the Makuhita Mafia coached by Fille and Brazilian Army, and this is a very important week because due to results that have been happening last week, we could very well qualify for playoffs this week. If we win this week, we will be at 5 wins and 1 loss. Which will put us in a situation where only one team can possibly catch up to us, which are the Meme Juniors, who are currently sitting at 3 wins and 3 losses. They haven't played this week yet and will still be playing, so there is potential. Actually, they have played, but at the start of this week, they were 3 and 3. So if they lose, they will be at 3 wins and 4 losses. Meaning that the best they can possibly do with 1 more game to play is 4 wins, 4 losses. If we win this week, we'll be 5 wins, 1 loss. So the worst we can do is 5 wins, 3 losses, which is above them. Meaning we have qualified for playoffs at that point. So, TLDR, we win, Meme Juniors lose, we're in playoffs. So this week is pretty damn important. We need to win this one, come on. Because then we just might just qualify for playoffs. Okay, I'm gonna get Fille's team in front of me real quick because I need to Jesus. I need to actually see what Pokemon I'm facing exactly again. So, you guys have been able to see it on screen already. Where are they? The Makuhita Mafia. There we go. There they are. They have Timber, Spinarak, Snubble, Stunky, Honedge, Tortuga, Fomantis, Axew, Voltorb, MacB, Ferroseed, and Wooper. Now, their team is quite bulky. Bulky and slow. That's pretty much the gist of their team. They do have a Voltorb and a MacB and an Axew, I know, but for the most part their team is bulky and slow. Which we struggle to break through because we have a Hyper Offense team, and Hyper Offense does not like bulky and slow teams. At all. So that's not good for us. They also have a web setter, which means they can effectively cancel out our webs, which is also really bad. But we decided to go an interesting route this team, because we were so on the back foot. We also don't really have solid counterplay for a Timber that runs with Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch. If he brings that, well played on his part, right? Like, there's not much we can do about that. We don't have a counter for that. It's as simple as that. We just don't. So we have to play around that very carefully. Anyway, let's go into the team. First off, we see Furious George, the Banky here. Close combat is we are going Scarf because his fighting type switch-ins are Spinarak, Snubble, and Mankey, all of which can be hit and Honedge, all of which can be hit very hard by coverage moves. We have Close Combat as the major stab move, which you're going to be clicking most of the time. Then we have Fire Punch to hit Honedge and Spinarak. Hard enough, right? We do want Rocks up this game because Spinarak is worn down because of that. And yeah, mainly Spinarak, I guess, but it's important that that thing gets worn down. Then we have U-turn for some momentum, and Gunk Shot just destroys Snubble. Because if Snubble if he does run Intimidate, and he switches into us, we get a +1 boost, and Snubble just dies. Even if he doesn't get if he doesn't run Intimidate, which is likely, I think he'll run Rattled. We don't get the +1, but we still OHKO it with Gunk Shot after Rocks. So yeah, Snubble isn't gonna like switching into our Gunk Shot at all. Next up, we have Gloria, the Hippopotas. This is our weather setter for the week. It's super bulky as well. It can take 2 Ice Punches from Timber if it doesn't get knocked off. So if Timber doesn't run knockoff, that's really big, because then we can actually deal with it with Hippo, kind of, because we can just sit in front of it, hoping we don't get frozen. We have Whirlwind to remove MacB from the playing field if it does set up a belly drum. We went with 18 defense, as you can see here, which is a really bad spread that I am convinced is absolutely god awful. But I have to run it because, It's the only way for Hippo to take any hit, because it allows Hippo to take any one hit from +6 Magby, allowing us to either OHKO it with Earthquake or just roll-rend it out, whatever we decide to do. This is very much, Gloria is very much an emergency check to a bunch of stuff. If we really just kind of get put in the back foot, we can send this out, kind of force stuff out, slack off up, get some HP back, stealth, set up rocks, Earthquake is nice stab, Whirlwind is amazing utility here. It's a solid Pokemon this week. I don't think, he has no levitating Pokemon, so Earthquake is relatively free. So we didn't need a rock move, which was nice. Next up we have the real sweeper of the week, a Worst Drew, with the Sand Rush. If we get the sand up, this thing essentially wins. It does so much damage to his team. His only ground resist is the Fumantis, which just gets blown back by Poison Jab, and everything else really does not like taking an Earthquake. Like a bunch of things can take one, like the Ferocity can, and the Tirtouga can, and the, sounds weird, but Solid Rock allows it to actually take one, if I remember correctly. Spinnerack can, Timber can take one, Snubbull can take one, but they can't really switch in, which is really big. In the sand, we also outspeed everything, including Scarf Voltorb. Like nothing can outspeed us in the sand. Problem is we only have 4 turns because we need to run Eviolite, Hippopotas for Magby and Timber, but whatever. We have Rapid Spin on this for if we feel like removing webs. On webs, this actually gets really annoying because I'm gonna go and calc real quick how fast exactly Drober is in webs and sand. Right, Drober hits 22 speed when in the sand and on webs, which means we get outsped by +2 Tirtouga, +2 Adamant Tirtouga, Jolly Tirtouga, and we tie Adamant. Mankey, same thing, hits 24 speed, hits 24 speed, gets tied by Jolly Tirtouga, which sucks. But we have to risk that, really. We have no other choice. No Mold Breaker kinda sucks, because then we can't kill Tirtouga through Sturdy or Solid Rock, but I believe Sand Rush is more valuable this game. Next up we have Tailo. This should not at all have U-turn. Why does this have U-turn? This should be Hidden Power Grass. Definitely should be Hidden Power Grass. And this should also be Timid. I do not know why this set is wrong. No idea. But anyway, we have Fissile Rebellion in the Tailo. His normal resist, his only normal resists. Oh no, actually he has plenty of normal resists. He has Honedge, he has Tirtouga, he has Ferocity. But none of them actually like switching into Tailo, because Boom Burst hits so ridiculously hard. Let me actually calc how much it does to Honedge, I don't remember correctly. Honedge, I doubt Honedge is coming, by the way. But it could, I guess, technically. We have Scrappy, of course we have Scrappy. Wait, this doesn't have Scrappy either, does it? No, this has got... What is this set? It needs to make... Don't know why that didn't work. Let me see. So this does 16. This does 8. Yeah, yeah. Unless we get a min roll with Heat Wave, Boom Burst into Heat Wave kills Honedge. Ferocity obviously dies. Tirtouga, defensive Tirtouga might take Boom Burst into Hidden Power Grass, but not well. Yeah, it does take it, but not very well. So whatever, right? It does. It lives on like 5 health, so it can't even switch into Boom Burst again after that, so it's fine. 2 Boom Burst plus Hidden Power Grass kills Tirtouga, even defensive Tirtouga, so this thing is gonna run some house over his team. He does have the form superiority, he needs to deal with it with Magby's Mach Punch. He has a fast Voltorb, he has the Timber, which is gonna be annoying. He has a bunch of stuff to deal with it. But we should be fine. I think this thing can put in a lot of work. I am expecting Voltorb to come, simply because he needs it to counterplay this, or at the very least Tirtouga to counterplay this, because we've shown to really like the Tailo and have been using it a lot. So yeah, I doubt he doesn't bring counterplay to it, but regardless, it's still gonna get a kill every time it comes in, pretty much. So that's cool. Next you have Little Cancer, the Marini, Scald Sludge and Recover Haze, a very standard set really. We need this to kind of deal with Timber for if it doesn't run Thunder Punch for some reason. We can use Haste to remove Bulk Up Boost if it sets them up. Tirtouga cannot kill us without knocking us off first with anything, so we can haste that. Magby can kill us with Thunder Punch. Magby is going to be a set of Belly Drum, Fire Punch, Mach Punch, Thunder Punch. That's by far the best thing it can do. And I'm pretty sure that's also what it's gonna run. I was considering, I have considered Scarf Haze on Surskit, but I don't really like that set here because it only deals with Magby and might even just die to +6 Mach Punch, considering how frail Surskit is. I can calc that real quick. Oh no, it doesn't. It only takes half. Wow, Magby is really weak. But yeah, I didn't think it was worth bringing just for the Magby, as Magby might not even come. Otherwise, this thing kind of deals with Fomantis too. It kind of deals with Snubble. It kind of deals with Hone Edge. It kind of deals with a lot of stuff. It does get worn down, but we have Regenerator and we have Recover, so it should be fine. As long as we don't get knocked off really early on, we should be Gucci with this set. We do get hard countered by the Whooper, but I doubt it. The Whooper might come to deal with our Magnemite, but like, it kind of just gives us free switch into Talo every time. And we just ate in a Power Cross it. That might even kill. Just straight up. Whooper, Talo, Mixed Life Orb. Hit and Power Cross. Yeah, it has a chance for Oko. A small chance. A 1 in 16 chance for Oko. But even if it doesn't Oko, we do still do a ton of damage. We might poison it with Sludge Bomb. Like, Whooper isn't a very good bring against us, I think, as it just loses too much momentum to a team that's as offensive as ours. So next up we have, lastly we have Munchlax. This set has, you've seen a complete workaround from when it was originally created, which we used to have a Rest Talk set with Eviolite, which takes any one hit from +6 Magby bar Cross Chop, which I don't think he can bring. I don't think he has room for it. Which would have been really nice to have. It's an extra way of dealing with it, but we decided against it because Mankey already takes a +6 Mach Punch, Hippo takes a +6 anything, Drillbird takes a +6 Mach Punch and outspeeds in the sand, so it should be fine in theory. We went with, in addition, what the hell is it gonna set up on? It only can set up if we lock Mankey into Fire Punch. That's it. Which, okay, sure, we might have to lock Mankey into Fire Punch at some point, but you have to play around the Magby smart. It's a bit set. So instead we went with a Recycle set. This deals with Fomantis pretty effectively. It also deals with stuff like Whooper. It deals with Magby to some extent at least. It's just, we needed it because Fomantis is coming 100% because it wins against our standard webs. So I'm pretty sure it's coming. We went with Return as the stab move over Body Slam because we don't want to accidentally paralyze a Guts Timber. That would be really bad. Fire Punch hits Ferroseed, Seed Bomb hits Whooper, hits Tortuga, and Fire Punch of course also hits Hone Edge. Everything else is hit hard by Return. Because for some reason Munchlax has fucking 19 attack, which is kind of ridiculous, honestly. But yeah, this Pokemon can definitely put in a lot of work. Honestly, also just a solid wall breaker for us, which is always nice to have. So, I think that's it. I think I've now explained everything that I need to explain. Yeah, this matchup is garbage. Magby is really scary for us. Even Voltorb, like, could kind of be a dick. We do have Hippo to deal with good Voltorb. Sure, but it's still not exactly fun. Timber is really hard for us to deal with. Whooper, no. Ferroseed we can deal with coverage moves, but still kind of ruins a few of our Pokemon. Tortuga, if it sets up, wins, but we cannot do anything about that. Well, we can haze it with Marini. Jesus Christ, what's up with me today? Axew is an asshole that we couldn't really deal with. +1 Devastating Drake kills Hippo. Yeah, I mean, at some point you just have to say, okay, you can try to prepare for everything, but you can't prepare for everything. So just bring the team that you need. We have a Scarf Mankey that pretty much gets a kill every time it switches in, if we predict right. We have a Drillbird that gets a kill every time it comes in, even if we predict wrong. We have a Taylor that pretty much gets a kill every time it comes in. Solid team, I genuinely think that, and we have a defensive core of Marini, Hippo, Munchlax. We cannot do much better than this with what we have. It's just a trash matchup that we kind of have to deal with. And Snubble is also a dick. Like, it's just gonna be a hard fight. But again, if we do win it, we are in playoffs, assuming the Meme Juniors lose. At this point in time, I do know what the Meme Juniors have done this week. The match will also be a post-recording because I am playing in the middle of the night, so I don't want to wake up everyone around me. Yeah, that's honestly about it. I think I'll let you know what the Meme Juniors did after the match is over, because obviously I don't want to spoil anything before the match happens and how we went into this. But let's just say, regardless of what happens, if we lose this one and Meme Juniors win, we are put in a really bad spot because we then need to win the other two. So it's regardless of what the Meme Juniors do, it's really important that we win today. So with that being said, I'm gonna send you guys over to the match, and I wish I'd played already because I'm nervous as all hell. I'm gonna see you guys there. I'm out, or actually no, I'm not. I'm gonna see you guys right there. That's it. And we're back, and as I said, it's gonna be a post-recording, simply because the game was played really late at night for me. In fact, I was really tired, so I ended up not playing the game, which really sucked. But instead, Drew took it over for me, and as such, he's also here to commentate with me. Say hello.
Hello, I'm here.
So I'm gonna count down to start the replay, and then you just say what you want to say. So.
Or actually, I'll just say why I chose my lead first, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I predicted that he would lead Voltorb or Spinarak or Tortuga. So I led Hippo since it's a pretty safe mon.
Yeah, so
I'll count us down to start the replay.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. So we see the Hippo versus Tortuga lead. Well, obviously we do. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna.
Stealth Rock was safe just because Tortuga doesn't even do half with the waterfalls you just saw there.
Yeah, I
just slack off the damage since this is a pretty important mon in this game.
Yeah, so he goes into his Fomantis on that. Our counter, this start of the game is very much for us, kind of for him, I guess. What I think was really safe, just scouting what he does.
Pause at turn 6.
Okay, so this is turn 5. And he fire punches, and then we pause right here. Okay.
Okay, so I want to explain my thought process in this, since it was a pretty risky play. But I thought that he was expecting either Mariani or Hippo, so he'd either Thunder Punch or Ice Punch, and it turned out he didn't even have Ice Punch, but we'll get to that. So I thought, since he has so many, since he is Fomantis, I really needed that Berry Juice back to be able to check it without having to revenge kill it every time it came in. So I had to go for the recycle since I really needed this thing to have Berry Juice.
So we click resume, and he goes for Thunder Punch on your recycle, which was an amazing play. Just staying in there was really ballsy. He goes into Snubble, and this is pretty heat.
It really is, but Hippo's so good that it lives it.
He goes for Sub-Zero Slammer from Ice Punch, and Hippo just says, "Fuck that, I don't care."
He chokes, and he goes for the Play Rough instead of the Ice Punch. So I'm able to heal all of his damage off.
Yeah, I don't even know what he predicted with the Play Rough, honestly. What? He could just Ice Punch safely.
I guess he predicted Munchlax, but I don't get why I would ever go into that there.
Nah, me neither. That makes no sense. And the Hippo just says, "Fuck that, we're gonna be alive," and just heals back up and goes Marini on the Snubble next. Kills it, which is big, really big for Mankey at this point in time.
So now I know that he thinks I'm gonna stay in, so I'll switch out to Mariani.
Yeah, on the Timber, right. As indeed, there's the Drain Punch. This is at this point we're in a really good spot because we have all the momentum. He does crit the Thunder Punch, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter too much. I'll have to sack it later, but it's not like it was that necessary of a mon since I have Hippo, which just walls half the things in this game.
Half. I think Hippo walled 5 out of 6 mons on his team.
You're not wrong.
And the sixth one was a Fomantis. I mean, what does a Fomantis even do?
I probably should have gone Talo here, but I just wanted to see what his switch into this was. So I just U-turned out.
On the Mankey, yeah. Yeah, so the Mankey just clicked U-turn here. We had discussed that before. That was our plan. That we wanted Mankey to clean, but we need to figure out what the switch in was first. So now Taylor just gets a kill because Taylor was broken.
Obviously, you got to preserve the 5-0, so switch to Hippo.
Yeah, by the way, about the turn 22, you click Hidden Power Cross. I actually don't want to say something about that. I disagree with clicking Hidden Power Cross though, because I'm pretty sure Boomburst kills anyway. And Hidden Power Cross could have given him a switch into Voltorb if he predicted it.
I mean, it looks like it didn't kill. Like, it looked like he lived on one.
Now, if it does 20, keep in mind the percentage that you see rounds down, like the percentage it does. It did 26.1%, like you probably saw that it did 26%. When he has 27% left, you can assume that that you doing 26% will kill next turn. That's how Little Cup percentages work.
By the way, what turn are you at?
I'm turn 22.
Okay, let me just go back to there because I'm at like 26.
Okay. So I think Boomers was, but like he stayed in and clicked Aqua Jet, which actually kind of sucks for Talo because now it's really weak, but it didn't really matter because Talo still gets a kill next time it comes in. So I'm going to click resume now. There we go. As he goes Timber just to Mach Punch the Talo.
Yeah, gotta preserve the 5-0, obviously.
Yeah.
Because
So
that's way more important than anything since I've already won.
at this point, we have so much momentum. We have all three of our offensive mons alive. And 2 of our 3 defensive mons as well. Hippo can just sit in front of the Timber because he doesn't have Ice Punch. He reveals... Okay, that Poison Jab, right? Turn 25 to Poison Jab. I've been thinking, and I genuinely can't tell what he ran Poison Jab for.
Wait, you're right.
We don't have a Fairy type.
Wait, pause it right here. Turn 26.
Yeah, start of turn 26. Let it play out. Okay. So he has...
basically... I looked at some old replays, and this looks exactly like a team they brought against someone. I forget what it was. But it basically looks like the exact team they brought against someone else, except with Sub-Zero, Slammer, Snubble.
Wow. But I genuinely don't get Poison Jab. Like, it makes no sense. Literally...
Yeah, I think they just forgot to edit it out for Ice Punch.
But nothing is hit super effectively by Poison on our entire team.
Not even on most other people's teams. Like, they have a Snubble on their team, so I don't understand if they're trying to hit with it.
No, I don't understand either. Like, it could be the Spritzy from Groot, but other than that...
I think it was from a week ago, but we don't have to look at that now.
No, well... I might post some text on the screen right now what it could possibly have been for, but... It was really weird. Anyway, let's continue. They Poison Jab the Hippo, which obviously takes it really well, and Hippo just knocks out Timber.
Fish for the poison, but they don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
As he goes Spinnerack and tries to kill Hippo with Giga Drain, and Hippo still says no.
I don't get why he thought that it could do anything to me.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I think probably should have just used Slack Off on the Spinnerack, but it doesn't really matter because this Munchak can also just sit here and get his berry juice back.
Yeah, because since all of his bonds were special, I just didn't really need it that much anymore.
Yeah. And
also, I choked away the 5-0 for the 4-0 by not recycling on this next turn, but yeah, still won.
I mean, you forgot about Aftermath, I assume, because I forgot about Aftermath.
Yeah.
Forgot that was a thing. But anyway, 4-0 is amazing, honestly amazing result, and of course, because we won this one, if the Meme Juniors lost this week, we were in playoffs, and a talking tree of the Kawaii Zayas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 did indeed take the game against the Meme Juniors, which means that Drew and I have now made it to playoffs, which is hype as fuck, because that was my personal goal, at least, for this season. So, these next 2 weeks, we're gonna meme really hard.
I have no idea what you mean.
You saw the sets I sent you, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. That is a completely legitimate Munchlax set.
We're not going to talk about exactly...
Don't even.
Don't talk about what we have exactly yet because it might
Yeah,
actually win. So
it's a Munchlax set, and that's about all I'm gonna say.
yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna see. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you, Drew, for wanting to record with me. It's really cool to have you here because you, of course, played this game on your own, which is. I apologize, but it was for the best, I think.
I mean, it's fine. Like we still had a few chances to get a win anyway, even if I choked it away. So we're good.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go into the next weeks with absolutely no worry because I don't care what seed we get to playoffs. I wanted to get to playoffs and have some fun now. So we're gonna have some fun in the next week. I'm gonna see you guys back here for the next MDL video. Next week we're facing Jox, which is honestly probably our hardest matchup of this tour because Jox is amazing at MDL at draft
I think
leagues.
you forgot that Munchlax set tears through.
Yes, except our Munchak set tears through his team, but I mean, whatever. I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode. Drew, you want to do an outro?
No.
Okay, I'm out. Peace.